So hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see this is another easy matrix video, and in easy matrix I try to explain some simple tricks for some complex calculations. Now when you take a mathematics problem, then in most cases the larger part of the problem is the calculation part, and in sometimes the calculation part can take a very long time to complete. So the motive of this video is to provide to you 4 easy and simple tricks that can help you with your calculation. So these 4 easy tricks can be very much helpful, and follow along until the end of the video to find out all the 4 tricks. But before moving on, please make sure to like to this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified whenever we post a new video. Now with that out of the way, let us get started. Now let us start this video with trick number 1. Well, this trick number 1 can help us find the square root of any perfect square. But what is perfect square? Well, perfect squares are the numbers which can be represented in the following manner. Well, take the example of 81. 81 is represented as 9 square or 9 into 9. Well, 64 can be represented as 8 square or 8 into 8. So any number that can be represented in the following manner are regarded as perfect squares or perfect square numbers. So this trick number 1 only suits for perfect square numbers. So let us take an example to further elaborate this trick number 1. Now we have to take the square root of this number 7921. So the first step that we have to perform in order to do this trick is to split this number 7921 in such a manner. So 79 being the first part and 21 being the second part. So we have to make use of both the parts in order to obtain the final answer of the square root of 7921. So let us try and do that, which is the trick number 1. So in order to obtain the first digit or the units digit of the answer, we have to take the first part. So as you can see, the first part is 21 and the units digit of 21 is 1. Now 1 square is equal to 1, 9 square is equal to 81. In both the cases we get a 1 as a units digit. Now what you have to do is simply recognize that 1 square is equal to 1, 9 square is equal to 81. Now 1 and 9 may be the units digit of your final answer. Now I will just be repeating it again. Since your unit digit of your first part is 1, 1 square is equal to 1, 9 square is equal to 81, both has a unit digit as 1, you have to write 1 and 9 separately like this. Now in order to obtain the tens digit of the answer of square root of 7921, you have to take the first part, which is 79. Now you have to choose 79 and find the nearest perfect square which is close to 79. Well, let us try and find out the nearest perfect squares. Well, 8 8s are 64, 9 9s are 81, 10 10s are 100. So this number 79 is between 64 and 81. So 8 8s are 64 and 9 9s are 81. So what you do over here is you can recognize that this number 79 is between 64 and 81. Now you have to choose the number which is lesser than the number 79. So 64 is lesser than the number 79, so you can choose 64. But since 8 square is equal to 64, you have to choose 8. So 8 is the first number. So your number can be 81 or 89, or the square root of 7921 can be 81 or 89. But it has to be either one of the two. So how can you choose if it is 81 or 89? Well, what you do is you have to take the first digit 8. Now take this digit 8 and multiply it with the next digit, which is 9. So 8 into 9, which is 72. Now 8 9s are 72. Check if the 72 is lesser than the number 79 or it is greater than the number 79. Now obviously 79 is greater than 72. So choose the greater number. Since 81 and 89, 89 is the greater number, then 89 is the square root of this number 7921. So square root of 7921 is 89, and hence we have found out the square root. Now let us move on to another example, square root of 3969. Now we have to find out the square root of 3969 using this trick. Now what do we do? Well, the first step is similar. Divide this 3969 as 39 as well as 69. So in this manner. Now what you do is take the first part, which is 69. Well, in this 69, the first digit of this number 69 is 9. So units digit, take into consideration the units digit, which is 9. Now What you have to do is that when you know the units digit is 9, you have to take the corresponding squares of this number. So 3 square will give us 9. Now 7 square will give us the number 49. In both the cases, you have the units digit as 9. So the number 3 square and 7 square gave us the numbers 9 and 49. So write 3 and 7 in this manner. Now, as of the tens place or the second digit of your final answer, you have to consider the first part, which is 39. Now, you have to find out the perfect squares which is near the number 39. Now, since 6 6 are 36 as well as 7 7s are 49 are the two near perfect squares which is near 39. So, 36 is less than 39 which is less than 49. So, you have to choose the lesser number of 39 which is 36. So you can clearly see 36 is lesser than 39, hence you have to choose the number which is 36. Now after choosing the number 36, since you can observe that the number 36 is obtained only by 6 square, now put 6 in the tens place. Now the result of the square root of 3969 can be both 63 as well as 67. Now which of the two is the correct answer? How can we choose that? Well, now for that, take the tens digit which is 6. Now multiply 6 with the next number which is 7. So 6 sevens are 42. Now what you have to do is check if this 39 is lesser than 42 or if it is greater than 42. Well, 39 is obviously lesser than 42. Well, in the two numbers 63 and 67, choose the lesser number which is 63. Hence, square root of 3969 will get you the answer of 63 according to this method. Now there goes another problem using this trick. Now I will be giving another problem to you people to solve and comment down the answer in the comment section using this trick. Now don't forget, use this trick and solve the problem and comment down the answer in the comment section down below. Now the question I will be expecting you guys to solve is to take the square root of this number 1225. Well, let us move on to trick number 2, which is to find out the cube root of any perfect cube. Well, what is a perfect cube? A perfect cube is similar to the perfect square. Now let us take an example of this number 27. Well, 27 is a perfect cube. It can be represented in this form: 3 cube is equal to 27. 64 is also another example since 4 cube is equal to 64. So any number that can be represented in this form can be called as a perfect cube. Well, comment down in the comment section any other answers of perfect cubes that you know. Well, as of the example that I have written over here, we have to take the cube root of this number 2197. Well, how do we proceed? Well, for the first step, you just have to do the same thing that you did for the previous problem or the previous trick. You just have to split this, but in this one, you have to have 3 digits in the first part. So since this is a cube root, you have to have 3 digits. Since it was a square root, you had 2 digits in the first part. So over here you have to have 3 digits and split it in according to this manner. So when you have 3 digits in the first part, take the first digit, and in this case the first digit is 7. Now you have to choose the numbers which upon cubing will give us the number 7. Now you don't have to be remembering all the numbers upon cubing which will give us 7, such as 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27. So all the numbers you don't have to be remembering. I will give you an easy table to remember so that whatever number upon cubing you can obtain the units digit. So the number 1 when cubing will give us a 1 as a units digit, and 4 when cubing will give us 4 as the units digit. 5 also gives us the units digit as 5 upon cubing. So does 6, 9 as well as 0. So all these numbers upon cubing will gives us units digit the same. So 1 cube gives us 1, 4 cube gives us 64. When 4 is cubed, 64, 4 is the units digit. Hence, when 5 is also cubed, 5 cube is 125. Hence the units digit is 5 as well. Now all the other numbers gives us the same units digit except for some. Well, you can see the numbers 2, 3, 7 and 8 are excluded. Well, the numbers 2, 3, 7 and 8 can be written as follows. When the number 2 is cubed, then you get the units digit as 8, and when the number 8 is cubed, you get the units digit as 2. Let us take an example. 2 cube is equal to 8, hence 8 is the units digit. Now 8 cube, let us see if it is equal to 2 or not. Well, 8 cube, which will give us 8 into 8 into 8. Now 8 times 8 is 64. 64 times 8 will give us something around 512. Well, 512 is our answer, and now we can clearly see that 2 is the unit digit. Now 2 when cubed will give us the unit digit as 8, and 8 when cubed will give us the unit digit as 2. Now we can see that 3 and 7 are missing, hence the final pair is the 3-7 pair. So 3 when cubed will give us the unit digit as 7, and 7 when cubed will give us the unit digit as 3. Now since the unit digit in your question 2197 is 7, you can choose this 3-7 pair from the table. So in the 3-7 pair, your 3 is your unit digit. Now you want to obtain the tens digit for your final answer. Now in order to obtain the tens digit, you have to use your first part, which is 2. Now you have to find a perfect cube that is near 2. So 1 cube is equal to 1, 2 cube is equal to 8. Now since 1 and 8, 2 is in between 1 and 8, you have to choose the number which is less than 2. So you have to choose 1. Now since 1 cube is equal to 1, choose 1 as the tens digit. So 13 is your final answer. Hence, the cube root of the number 2197 is 13. So we have successfully used this trick on one of the example problems. Let us try and use it in this one, 59319. Now we have to use this trick to find out the cube root of this huge number. Now according to the trick, we have to divide it in such a manner. Now the first part becomes 59 and the next part becomes 319. Now you can clearly see 319 has the units digit of 9, and it has 3 digits in the first part. So the units digit is 9. See the table. Now since if it is 9, then the units digit upon cubing also gives us a 9. Hence write 9 as the units digit of your final answer as well. Now for the tens digit, use the number 59 or the first part. Now what you do is find the closest perfect cube which is near 59. So 3 3s are 27, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, as well as 5 cube is 125. So the number 59 is in between 27 and 64. So you have to choose 3 cube and 4 cube. Now you have to choose a number that is lesser than 59. So the number 27 is lesser than 59, hence you have to choose that number. Now since 3 cube is equal to 27, you have to choose 3. Hence 39 is your final answer. Now the cubed root of 59319 is 39. So let us move on to trick number 3. Well, in this trick number 3, we will be able to find out what is the square root of any non-perfect square. Well, what is a non-perfect square in the first place? Well, a non-perfect square is an exact opposite of a perfect square. Let us take an example. So the numbers 46 as well as the number 63 are examples of non-perfect squares. Well, if you take the example of 64, it is an example of perfect square. Well, 64 can be written as 8 into 8, but the number 63 and 46 can't be written as such. So, these are examples of non-perfect squares, and this trick is only valid for non-perfect squares. Let us take an example and start solving for this trick number 3. Well, the example that I will be taking is to take the square root of this number 46. Now the first step is to represent this in terms of the nearest perfect square. So root 46 can be represented as root 49 minus 3, where 49 is the nearest perfect square. Now 49, the square root of 49 is 7, write it down. Bring the negative sign as well, bring the 3 down as well, and write a division sign under the number 3. So write it something like this. Now in the denominator write 7 into 2. So 2 into 7 will be the denominator. So 7 minus 3 by 14. Now 7 minus 3 by 14 will give you an approximate value of 0.21. So 7 minus 0.21 will get you an answer of 6.79. Now we have successfully done a problem using this trick, which was to find out the square root of 46, and 46 being a non-perfect square number. Now I will be doing a short recap on what we did and all the steps that we performed. So this number root 46 had to be represented in terms of its nearest perfect square number. So 49 is the nearest perfect square number, hence this number 46 could be represented as 49 minus 3. So root over 49 minus 3, we took the square root of 49, which was 7. We brought down the 7 down and with the negative sign as well as the 3, and in the denominator we had 2 into 7. Now 7 minus 3 divided by 14. Now 7 minus 3 by 14, 3 by 14 is the value of 0.21. Now 7 minus 0.21 gave us the value of 6.79. Now let us solve another problem of this type, and we can also have a clear idea on this trick. Now let us start with another problem, which is square root of 165. Now as you can see, the number 165 is a non-perfect square number. Now if we perform the same steps that we performed in the earlier problem, then we can easily solve this problem as well using the trick number 3. Now what we have to do is represent the number 165 to its nearest square number. So the nearest square number which is close to 165 is the number 169. So 165 can be represented as 169 minus 4. Now take the square root of 169, which is 13, bring the negative sign down, bring the 4 down, as well as introduce a division sign. Now as of the denominator, simply multiply 2 to 13, which will give us 26. Now 13 minus 4 by 26 minus 4 by 26, 4 by 26 will have an approximate value of 0.1215. Now 13 minus 0.15 will give us the value of 12.85. Now this is an approximate value, and check the calculator for the exact values. Now let us move on to trick number 4, which is to find out the cube root of any non-perfect cube. Well, this is similar to the previous one, which was to find out the square root of any non-perfect square. Well, what is a non-perfect cube? Well, a non-perfect cube is similar to a non-perfect square. Let us take an example of 28. Well, 28 is an example of non-perfect cube, while 28 cannot be represented as 3 cube or 3 into 3 into 3, but 27 is an example of perfect cube which can be represented in the form of 3 cube. Now, this trick only holds true for a non-perfect cube number, and we can find an approximate value for any non-perfect cube. Now, we have to find the cube root of this number 70, which is a non-perfect cube. Now the cube root of 70, we just have to perform all the same steps which we did in the previous problem with some minor few changes. Now the first step is to represent this number 70 in terms of its nearest perfect cube. So we have to represent this number 70 in terms of its nearest perfect cube, and the nearest perfect cube which is near 70 is 64. So 64 and 125, well 64 is closer to 70, so 70 can be represented as 64 plus 6. Now the next step was to take the cube root of 64. So 64's cube root will give us the number 4. So 4, bring the positive sign down, so 4 plus 6 also you can bring it down, so 4 plus 6 divided by, now what you have to do, change this now. In the previous trick we had multiplied it with a 2 in that place, but in this trick we just have to multiply it with a 3. So 3 into 4 into 4, so we have to multiply 4 twice, so 3 into 4 into 4 in the denominator. So for the exact approximate value of the number, this is the fractional part. So 4, the number which we will be obtaining is 4 plus 6 by 3 into 4 into 4. Now the value upon simplification will give us, now solving this will give us a value of 4 plus 6 divided by 3 into 4 into 4, which will give us 3 into 4, which is 12, 12 into 4, which is 48. So 6 by 48. Now upon solving this, we will get 4 plus 6 divided by 48 is 0.125. Now 4 plus 0.125 will give us 4.125. Now this is the approximate value upon taking the cube root of this non-perfect cube, which is 70. Now 4.125 is the approximate value. Now for the next problem, we will be taking the cube root of this number 121, which is also a non-perfect cube. So what did we do was to represent this number 121 in terms of its nearest perfect cube. So the nearest perfect cube which is near 121 is the number 125, which is 5 cube. So 121 can be represented as 125 minus 4. So 125 minus 4, now 125, taking the cube root of this number 125 will give us the number 5. So take the 5 down, now 5 and the negative sign as well. So take the negative sign as well in the next step, as well as the 4. Introduce a division symbol. 3 into 5 into 5 will be your new denominator. Now 5 minus 4 divided by 3 into 5 into 5, 5 5s are 25, 25 3s are 75, so the result will be 4 by 75. Now 5 minus 4 by 75, which will give us approximately 5 minus 0.05, which is 4.95. So we have successfully found out the cube root of the number 121. In this video, we saw 4 tricks that can be very useful while solving your calculations in your examination. Now if you like the video that you just watched, then please make sure to give a like to this video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Now that ends today's video, and see you guys in the next video with more such content. See you guys.